In Beirut, a warning echoes across the region. Sheikh Naim Qassem delivers one of his fiercest speeches yet, accusing Washington and Tel Aviv of tightening their grip and urging Lebanon to say no before it's too late. And just hours later, an Israeli drone strike ignites fresh tensions on the southern frontier. Hezbollah Secretary General Sheikh Naim Qassem delivered one of his strongest speeches in months, warning that neither the United States nor Israel would be permitted to seize even the smallest part of Lebanese territory. The address was aired on November 17th. Qassem said began by tying Lebanon's independence to decades of resistance and sacrifice. He framed the current period as another defining moment for the country, one where pressures from abroad are testing national resilience and unity.
I advise that we stop. Let us say no. Try to say no on the basis of the rights of Lebanon, and we will all be together, even if some are still polluted by the desire to control and follow the foreigners. We will succeed together. We want our rights. We want our land. We want our property. We want our stability.
Highlighting what he described as external attempts to reshape Lebanon's political landscape, Qassem argued that the resistance's mission remains unchanged, confronting Israeli actions and defending Lebanon's territorial integrity. He insisted that a broad section of Lebanese society stands against any Israeli interference, saying no political group in Lebanon seeks to grant Israel greater room to maneuver. Qassem said Lebanon is facing what he called a coordinated pressure campaign aimed at weakening the country militarily, economically, and politically. He described the current atmosphere as one of overt and naked aggression, claiming that efforts are underway to strip Lebanon of all its sources of strength. Qassem said also addressed an Israeli attack on UNIFIL a previous day, saying it underscored that even international peacekeepers are not spared from Israeli actions.
The UNICEF, the Lebanese army, and the civilians clearly show that we are facing a dangerous aggression with its extensions. We must face it in all forms, diplomatically and politically.
Qassem said argued that nothing is clearer than the resistance's right to defend Lebanon against Israeli aggression.
Which image is clearer than the right of the resistance in the defense against the Israeli aggression and the Israeli aggression against Lebanon? Which image is clearer than these massacres committed by the Israeli aggression, whether in Lebanon or in Palestine?
Qassem further said that U.S. surveillance of Lebanon is extremely dangerous and does nothing to support the country's stability.
The U.S. surveillance of Lebanon is very dangerous. This surveillance does not work for the sake of Lebanon's stability. Some said if it wasn't Central America, who would be Central America? Why Central America? Central America is moderate. Central America is a supporter of Israeli aggression. Central America directs Israel around the borders of aggression in order to cooperate with the political movement and political pressure. The currency collapsed because of America.
He further warned that attacks on Parliament Speaker Nabi Berri were politically motivated efforts to pave the way for external influence. On November 16th night, an Israeli drone strike near the village of Mansouri, south of Tyre, killed Hezbollah operative Muhammad Ali Shuweikh, identified by the Israel Defense Forces as the group's representative in the village. The IDF said the strike was part of intensified operations aimed at preventing Hezbollah from rearming. The military added that, over the past week, soldiers from the 91st Division, including the 228th and 300th Brigades, conducted operations that targeted 5 Hezbollah sites and killed 3 militants. The strikes were carried out in coordination with the Israeli Air Force and guided by military intelligence. As both rhetoric and operations escalate, the confrontation between Israel and Hezbollah now sits at a precarious point, with political warnings and military actions feeding into an increasingly volatile landscape.